Welcome to the Remediation Workshops. My name is Travis Bowman, and I founded these workshops several years ago with one simple goal, and that is to keep you informed of the latest soil and groundwater remediation technologies in the industry. We have hosted over 100 successful workshops across a couple of continents, and we've seen thousands of people register, and this year we'll top 10,000 registrations at our workshops. We're hosting close to 100 workshops in 2017 on 4 different continents, and we're quickly becoming the largest training organization for environmental professionals worldwide. In the US, we're actually hosting 2 different remediation tracks throughout the country, and so check our website for dates and locations, because there's a very good chance we'll be right back in your city with a different set of speakers and a different set of technologies being presented. We're also going to be hosting workshops in Canada, Europe, Australia, South America this year. So if you work for a large global firm, just help us spread the word and share the links of the different registrations for different cities all over the world, and help us get the word out. Well, this is a free workshop, so let me tell you about the sponsors who are involved this year. Our Platinum and our Gold sponsors, they're hosting several workshops. And ESC Labs, they've been one of our founding sponsors and a Platinum sponsor. And here's a little bit more about them.
ESC Lab Sciences was founded in 1970 by Dr. Arthur Schuler. Dr. Schuler was a professor at Vanderbilt University, and in the early years, ESC was primarily a research facility. In the late 1970s, we began doing environmental analytical work, and we have grown from those early roots, from a very small campus not far from where we're located today, to our current 15-acre campus in Mount Juliet, Tennessee.
ESC is committed to bringing new technologies to the commercial market. We're committed to improving existing technologies for the betterment of best practices in the industry. We're about to roll out some exciting new stuff in 2017. Our president, Johnny Mitchell, is going to be speaking at workshops around the country on the latest innovation as it pertains to volatile sampling with method 5035. ESC is a national leader when it comes to vapor intrusion testing. I'll be speaking at a number of workshops this year about vapor intrusion, sampling of soil gas and indoor ambient air, best practices with analyses, and how to kind of wade through some of the different things that you're hearing in the marketplace. Save yourself a little bit of money and employ best practices.
I think the most unique thing about ESC Lab Sciences is our single location concept. All of the work that we do across all 50 states in the United States, certified in every jurisdiction in the U.S., is done from our single location in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. It's one of the largest capacity locations, laboratories, that is devoted entirely to environmental analytical work in the United States. With that, we are able to better control service, control quality, control the product that we're delivering to our clients.
Microbial Insights has been a great addition, and they're one of our Platinum sponsors.
Microbial Insights was started in 1992 as a technology transfer from research that Dr. David White did at the University of Tennessee. So for anybody that knows Dr. White, he was light years ahead of his time in the technology and what he did. And he thought of how to use these tools for the remediation industry. So he took a lot of the molecular medical tools and applied that to remediation. And so it's our goal here at Microbial Insights to continue that legacy of what he's done and always be forward-thinking, offering the latest tools, the most recent evolution in what's happening in these molecular tools. So even though Microbial Insights is a small woman-owned business, we do have a lot of global outreach. We've worked in over 33 countries on 5 continents. We have a large presence in Australia. We've been working there for 6 years. We've been working in Europe for almost 10 years. A lot of impact globally. Nationally, we've done work in every state in the United States at this point. So we're developing new technologies in-house, working with universities to bring on new technologies such as proteomics. So not only that, but there's other tools that I can't give away quite yet. They're going to be coming later this year that'll be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to seeing where we're going with this.
ASC Tech Services is one of our Platinum sponsors this year.
I started ASC Tech Services about 20 years ago, in 1997. We started as consulting hydrogeologists, and after a few years, HRSC, High Resolution Site Characterization Technologies, started coming in vogue, and we were looking into that as a potential market for our services. And as we continued, we decided to get into doing direct imaging products, GeoProbe's MIP, MIHPT, and OIP, and developing that for the market. So ASC is known in the market for our professional services. All our equipment are manned and operated by trained and professional geologists. We work throughout the U.S. and actually have several projects in the South Pacific. We've done work in the Marshall Islands and have connections throughout the world. What sets us apart from our competitors is our technology is manned by trained and experienced geologists in the field. The key feature of that being is that we can identify things that are occurring in the field in real time and be able to describe and help the client understand what's going on in real time, so there's no delay in the information getting to our clients. Some of the key technologies we currently have is the optical image profiler, which we acquired last May, which is a new product that was introduced last spring from GeoProbe, which is a hydrocarbon NAPL detector, can delineate in real time product plumes. Where I see ASC growing in the next few years is to innovate on the existing technologies and also bring new technologies into our toolkit, as we would say, moving forward. Also, I think that the fact that we can innovate, and we do actually look currently at our technologies, makes it a key feature that it brings us apart from our competitors.
Pioneer Environmental is a new platinum sponsor, and so it's great to have them on board.
For 20 plus years, customer service has been the lifeblood of this organization.
I saw an overwhelming need in the market space where customers were looking for equipment. They wanted quality equipment. They wanted someone they can trust, and I kind of saw that early on, and so I approached my brother Roger, and the two embarked in 1995 into where we are today.
Well, this company is an integrated network of 36 offices that are working closely together to serve not only larger customers that might have multiple locations and sites that they're working out, but also really where this company had its start and continues to grow is at that local level, where we're providing local product availability together with delivery capability because we run our own fleet, as well as that technical assistance that a lot of our customers need to have those, if you will, resident experts support them on.
Our guys are constantly going to manufacturers throughout the year to be fully trained, fully certified, so that when we send a piece of equipment out the door, we're confident that the customer's getting what they're paying for. So on a yearly basis, we've averaged about $8.1 million in new equipment. We own about 60,000 pieces of equipment. We own about over 150 different types of equipment, right? When we send a piece of equipment out the door, we're confident that the customer's getting what they're paying for. And that's quality equipment, ready to work the first time they touch it. We still have our very first customer. That customer trusted us in 1995 and has been a customer and a great customer for the last 22 years.
Well, that was our platinum sponsors, but this year we also have two gold sponsors, and Ivy International is one and GRS is the other. But here's a little bit more about Bud Ivy, who's one of our speakers, and his company.
My background, for those that don't know, actually is synthetic organic chemistry, and then I did continuing studies in geological engineering and have a master's in project management. So understanding chemistry, geology, and engineering gives me a very broad way of looking at things. So when contaminants don't dissolve, they stick to the soil, called sorption. So if you can desorb them, you make them more available for physical extraction, above ground soil washing, or improving like hydraulic extraction and pump and treatment. You also can improve things like bioremediation, because the bacteria can't desorb them very well. By desorbing them in the pore space, the bacteria have access to them to increase bioavailability. And those also people that are doing chemical oxidation reduction and a bunch of other applications, where by desorbing you actually make it more available to those chemical reactions, improve the reaction kinetics and the results. So interesting thing for us is not only did I want to overcome absorption to improve availability, but I can actually enhance a lot of those physical, chemical, and biological processes. It actually allows the oxidative reducing agents to really target what it's good at getting. And then we find that 1 + 1 = 3, and we've been having a lot of fun pairing up and working with other technologies. I'll finish with saying, I often say it in my talks that if the environmental movement is like a flu, the whole world's got the cold. So things are really coming around, and it's going in a really good place. So there's hope.
Global Remediation Solutions is one of our gold sponsors.
Well, I was first introduced to thermal when it was at Battelle Northwest Laboratories, and Battelle was developing it for the Department of Energy. They'd taken the technology to the point where they knew it would work, but they didn't know if it could be commercially viable out in the, in the marketplace. And we came in as a outside company. We were soil vapor extraction experts, so we already had that part of the technology down, and we teamed with the Patel engineers to take the heating, add it to our SVE, put it out into the marketplace. So we're seeing the technology on more and more sites, being used for more and more different contaminants, and being put in place on sites that had previously been deemed uncleanable for one reason or another. And so that's kind of what keeps it exciting about the technology, because every time you look at a new site, there's a new challenge. Yeah, you see the same old challenges over and over again, but we usually see a new one with almost every single site. And that's what keeps it interesting. That's what keeps all of us going in the industry.
Our silver sponsors are hosting a couple of our cities this year, and so here's a little bit more about who they are. EnviroBlend is actually one of our founding sponsors, and they are known as the leading provider for metal stabilization for over 30 years now in the marketplace. Terra Systems is one of the early patent holders for EVO and bioremediation, and Dick Raymond speaks at a number of our workshops around the country. Vista Geosciences has been providing field and laboratory services to the consulting industry for over 25 years now, and John Fontana is also one of our speakers around the country. Biosolve has been known for their surfactant or their pink water in the marketplace for over 30 years, and Carl Loos and Jim Edgley speak around the country at our workshops. EOS offers the original emulsified oil substrate, or EVO, for bioremediation, and they actually have been listed in the 2006 CERTA protocol. AST Environmental has a 20-year track record, and they have several speakers that speak about their innovative technologies at our workshops. But what they're most known for is they have a 90% closure rate for their projects. BioEnhance is an in-well treatment technology designed to support and enhance indigenous microbial activity at sites impacted by hydrocarbons and chlorinated solvents. We also have a number of bronze sponsors that I'm not going to mention, so check them out on our website. You also have them listed in your programs there in front of you as well. And I also would be remiss if I didn't mention the national associations that we've partnered with and media partners, but a couple of them I want to make sure I mention is AEG and HMP, and they have a number of chapters to serve you around the country, even up into Canada, so make sure you check AEG and HMP. They've been great partners to work with around the country. Well, we've provided programs for you. They should be right there in front of you. If you don't have one, just raise your hand. A host will make sure you get one. But feel free, of course, to take notes. And we've got a place for you to take notes as you're listening to the speakers. And you can hold on to these and put them on your shelf, take them back as you're trying to remember what the speakers were talking about later on down the road. So have a great workshop, and we'll see you the next time we're in town.